Presbyterian Church, one J.R. Mackay and the other Alexander McRae, who was a minister of my old congregation of Portree. But the church remained firm, and these ministers departed from the church and went into the Free Church. We do not believe that was for their benefit, and we have good reason for making that statement. But the church remained firm, and the people remained firm on these occasions. Now, I wish just to say a little about the ecumenical movement, which, of course, has swept through the churches during the past 100 years to a tremendous extent. And it can easily be seen. There's no difficulty in measuring the extent to which it has happened. In the Acts Council, the churches acting together, the convener of that committee is a priest of the Church of Rome. Now, you all know that Cardinal Hume has said recently, in connection with the movement in England of Church of England ministers departing to the Church of Rome over women priests, as they call them, being made, and that it was an answer to the prayer of the Church of Rome. Well, we don't believe that the prayers of the Church of Rome are ever heard in heaven at all, but it shows the desire that they have, and that desire is in Scotland as well. Now, the moderator of the present Church of Scotland said, I heard him saying so, the Church of Scotland is Presbyterian, it is ecumenical, it is Christian, it is Presbyterian. He did not say it is Protestant. I thought that was very remarkable. He did not say it was Protestant, although it professes to belong to the Reformed branches of the church. And that indicates the way that things are moving. And therefore, the witness of our church against the ecumenical movement, which has been consistent down that 100 years, arises, I believe, from grace being given to the church and to the people in the church and to those who are in office in the church to discern that union without truth only leads into spiritual darkness and will eventually lead into the darkness of the Church of Rome. And that is the way that things are going. And we must be quite clear about it, and quite clear in continuing our witness against the ecumenical movement. Now, part of our witness in the 100 years, which is concluded today, has been against modern evangelism. Now, that again, it was a very important part of the testimony of the church. We were alone in testifying against the activities of Billy Graham as a church. We were alone in doing so, and manifesting and making clear to all the falsity of the doctrine, the dangers of the so-called conversions, and the falsity of the worship of the whole movement. And now in 1954 and later on, we as a church witness against that. When the whole evangelical world were taken up with it, and they're still taken up with it. But we must continue to witness against it. And it is a matter of great importance and a matter of great thankfulness that witness was made, and that witness is being continued and must be continued. Because it is said, and these thousands that go to hear Graham preaching the kind of doctrine he preaches, carrying out the kind of activities he carries out, it gives a very outward aspect of a prosperity, which does not, of course, it means spiritual prosperity. On the contrary, it means more and more spiritual darkness. And I may say that I have good reason to believe that our witness in this respect was the one that affected Billy Graham most. And he knows very well, and he ought to, as one who learned the Shorter Catechism in his young days, that what he is preaching and teaching is not bringing souls to a saving knowledge of Christ. Then also grace was given to the church to witness against the new versions of the Bible. Now we have been consistent in doing so, in witnessing against all these new translations, because we believe they are not founded on a good original text, and also that the translations are not accurate, and that it was bound to be seen that people became confused. One of the things in that witness is this. Those who prepare these translations say they're doing it for the good of the common man. The publishers say the same, and their publicized material, and they are making a lot of money in new versions. But we believe and maintain that the Bible is given to the church. The Bible is given to the church. And the church, as I've already indicated, is called upon to defend it and to spread its teaching abroad in a proper way. And it is an important part of our witness to witness against these new versions. Then again, during the time that the European common market and its activities came into focus, we alone of churches witnessed against it from the beginning. And you're all witnesses to the fact of what is happening, and witnesses to the fact of how Britain is being dragged into a movement which bases even its social policies upon the doctrines of the Church of Rome. And of course, it is a union of nations in which popery has great strength. Now, these are things, you see, that are of great importance, and we would not have witnessed against them, and we do not witness against things just for the sake of being against things, but it's because that we realize from the teaching of Scripture that it is necessary for a witness to be raised against them. I remember the late Reverend James MacLeod, whom I knew very well. After a synod, we were travelling back together in my car, he to Greenock and me to Glasgow. He said, I enjoyed that synod very much. I said, did you? Why? Because, he said, it was a witnessing synod. A witnessing synod. And that's what the church is. And a witnessing church. And of course it's because of that that you get all the media people whose knowledge of Christianity can be written on the back of a postage stamp. They're making a great deal of noise and calling us a lot of names, but these are all pathetic. They're pathetic. They do not even know what they are talking about. Then again, we have been witnesses on the side of the Sabbath day. As I mentioned already, anyone who comes to a saving knowledge of the spirituality and holiness of the law of God and sees the beauty of the commandments of God, finds in the Sabbath day the love of God and the love to God and love to man joined together in a most beautiful way. And we have sought to defend that, and it is part of our witness to do so over the past 100 years. And although people try to denigrate that view of the matter, the fact remains that it is folly for any Sabbath breaker to think that he is a Christian. The notion that people need not keep the fourth commandment and that they are Christians and they're going to the Sabbatismos, the eternal Sabbath, is just sheer